No matter which sports here, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Viewers. What's up, sports to the bone people? Thank you all for waiting. Yes, my viewers and subscribers, thank you guys for waiting. Yeah, man. I'll go under the light. The lights are bright. Hold on, the people. Yeah, thank you guys for waiting. Off to a late start today. Late to the party, just like West Indies. Late to the party like West Indies. Well, I know you guys are hurting as it relates to how things went down today. So I'm going to do my best to see if I can use the next hour or so to work through the comment section to hear what you guys have to say about the game. So by now, you're probably all aware that we lost the game. We scored 130 in the second innings. And India, they won the game by what? What's that? Probably 141 runs on an innings. So failing to score 300 runs in both innings. 150 in the first one and 130 in the second innings. That is definitely disgraceful. Disgraceful, my viewers and subscribers. But you know where it go. This is West Indies we're talking about. Just one of them things there. It's hurtful, but it's rough. Anyways, we're going to start the comments from right here. I know that quite a few people were commenting before I came on, but if I start from the top, I'm not going to get a chance to catch up any at all. So I'm going to start from right here, right? So if you commented earlier, it's not that I'm looking if it's something that you actually wanted me to read. You can comment again, but I want to try and catch up so I can read everybody's comment. But if I start from the comments before I came on, I won't get a chance to catch up. So Kermit says, drop them all. All right, drop them all, Craig Brathwaite, two bad man only bowling. He boyfriend. No man, I don't think that was the case doing. As much as I am upset, just like how you guys are upset. The pitch was taking the spin. Rakim Carnwall, as we would have seen, was unable to bowl for most of the time. Arthanis gave us a lot of overs, but Warrican was the only other specialized spinner there. So all right, sorry about that, guys. The camera got disconnected. All right. Once again, the batsman hurry hurt my feelings. Well, it was a total, I would say batsmen and bowlers, we didn't get anything much from them. Watching Pooran bat in the MLC right now, that's the Major League Cricket. Wish him all the best. Hopefully we'll get a score. Boundary curators, they always let us down by giving the opponents their type of pitches. I mean, as we know, the guys performed poorly, but I would agree that the pitch wasn't the best. They didn't prepare the pitch in our favor. Well, then again, we selected two spinners, so probably we thought we would have out bowl India in that department. Why was the pitch being used as an excuse for the Windies' defeat? It simply means that West Indies cannot play good spin bowling. Something would happen if the wicket was fast. Same thing would happen. So what? The thing is, Williams, I doubt they are blaming the pitch because we are obviously not better than India. And if it was, as I said, if it was pace bowling, what we know the Indians are strong where spin is concerned, and we don't have strong spinners. We usually expect our seamers to bail us out. So that's an okay argument to say that we should have prepared a bit a pitch that would take seam bowling. It's about time these players stop being selfish and do the right thing and exclude themselves from selection and give the younger academy players a selection. I think nobody's gonna do that. They do that for a job. That's their job. So they are not gonna do that. The selectors are the ones that will have to do that. You understand? These guys are not just gonna walk away from money, especially when they still think they are better than most of the other guys in the region. The selectors are the ones that need to decide. I agree with you 100%. The pitch was spinner friendly, but India batted on the same pitch. Exactly. I mean, they batted on the same pitch, but when you have a weak team, you're trying to look for you're trying to look for all of what can help you. And if you are the home team, you want to identify and say, listen, this is our strength, so let's prepare something that will work to our strength. India batted on the same pitch and out and batted well, clearly because they are better than us. They are way, way better than us. They are better than us by far. But the argument is still okay to say, listen, let's prepare a pitch that will favor us a little bit. Warrican is away, he says. Even though I am not a fan of Warrican, he bowled well. I would tend to agree. I mean, he didn't pick up a lot of wicket, but he got the ball in the right area and was beating the bat a couple of times. It looked like India brought out their minefield from their home. Well, they didn't even need to bring it, Masa, because we prepared for them. That is the worst pitch I saw for a long, long time. Groundsmen get 0. I wouldn't even say it's the worst pitch. It's just that it was a spinner's friendly pitch. It was spinning. When you're talking about worst pitch, you're talking about pitch that have a lot of uneven bounce. Pacers not getting anything out of it. Spinners not really getting much. It was just made for spinners. As I said earlier, as much as I like Blackwood, in particular, Hola, it's quite obvious that they won't get any better. Someone mentioned Holder, not out, but he is a senior player. Yeah, I mean, he was, he's there, he was left not out, so. Tej, Craig, Carty, Arthur, and his King, Poor, and Holder. Only the good. Father knows who are the best 4 bowlers. So he's saying that he would go with Tej, Craig, Brathwaite, Carty, Arthur, and his King, Puran and Holder, and then he would decide the bowlers. That was one of the worst performances by a West Indies team. Blackwood need to teach these men how to running between the wicket and chasing ball. Well, I mean, if he's even that he's in the team forecast, he's not even he's there as a specialist batsman, and we're not really getting any runs from him. So might as well. Are you guys seeing me clearly? For some reason, it seems as if the light is extremely bright today. I'm not sure what's going on. Are you guys able to see? We have to remember that India also bowled out Australia cheaply at home. Yeah. The umpire was quick to raise his hands as soon as the ball touched the West Indies pad. Probably because they are using the pad to play the ball straight in front of the wicket, so there was no doubt. You understand? It was hardly any reasonable doubt. Disappointed in the entire team. It shows where our cricket is. Needs lots and lots of work in all departments. You are correct. You are correct, Probably the only bright sparks in the game was Alec. He didn't do too badly. That nonsense with Reefer isn't working. Next match, they need to just play more convincing and confident players. I have had it with all that disappointment. So the Reefer thing obviously doesn't work. When it comes on to playing confidently, the problem is the guys don't trust themselves in playing the spin. They can't play the spin. If you know you can't do a thing, you're not going to be confident in it, You understand? You're confident when you know you can do a thing. Brathwaite, the way did you guys see how the captain got out in the second innings? Sports, who 4 bowlers can we pick to take 20 wickets? It's hard to say. It's hard to say because you're always gonna go with Joseph because of the pace and hope that he will get you some wickets. Shannon Gabriel. So we go Shannon Gabriel, Alzari, Joseph. You know, because of Kemar Roach record in the Caribbean over the last probably 2 years, you know, they probably still want to go with him for a little bit of time. And Hola is the all rounder. So I don't know. You're probably gonna have to make a hard choice and say, you know, you go with Gabriel and Joseph and probably find another two bowlers. You understand? Jaden Seals is on his way back. Hakeem Jordan is there. You know, there's no, you know, Roach is not as fast. You know, he's working ways. You can see him actively working out to get batsmen out. It's just that the pace is not even there anymore for Roach. So when he comes up with a good ball, you know, sometimes he get the ball to leave the left hander, then he gets one to get it to cut in sharp. You know, it's just that it's not at the pace like a Mitchell Stark and these guys. So, you know, the batsmen sometimes they once they are good enough, they have the time to find a way to negotiate it, you know. Can you tell me one wicket taking bowler that we had on the team? Joseph was horrible bowling short all the time. Probably Cornwall was, in all honesty, Cornwall was the only one that looked threatening. You know, Cornwall was the only one that looked threatening, and he didn't bowl for too long. Yeah. Warwican was a little threatening. You know, he got the ball to beat the bat a couple of times. You understand? Didn't convince me that he was actually going to get people out. Cornwall with the bounce and turn looked good, but you know, we didn't get much overs or a lot from him. The batsmen are just not good. It was if it was Bangladesh spinners would expect the same result. Yeah, I mean, we know the batsmen aren't too good enough, but what well, I explained the argument about the pitch already. So, you know, they need guys that can play spin. Stop it. The pitch wasn't a 150, 130 pitch. Bishop, I don't know if you're just tuning in, but nobody's saying that pitch was a 130, 150 pitch. And nobody's saying that the pitch is the reason why we got ball out for 150, 130. I don't know how we reason like this, you know. I don't know a reason like this. Nobody is saying that the pitch was a 130 or a 150 pitch. We clearly, people that are actually reasoning the cricket clearly stated that, listen, there's no way we should have gotten ball. We should have got ball out. We should have been ball out for something like that. You understand? But I'm not even going to bother go over the pitch argument that I explained. Ban Reefer, Brooks, Banner, Warwick, and Kemo Paul. Hold on, Ban Reefer and Brooks and Banner, Warwick, and Kemo Paul, Shepherd, Wash, all of Desmond Haynes fanboys. Okay. We use 9 bowlers. Only Shando Paul and Da Silva didn't bowl. Good night, all. I am going to say it. I told you so. Reefer, Blackwood, Cornwall, Holder, Roach, Warwick, they should not be playing for the West Indies. We must drop them. Okay. If you use 9 bowlers and you can't even bowl out the side, then something is terribly wrong. It just means that all 9 bowlers are probably not up to par. West Indies batted badly and India batted very well, but it was very slow, which shows that the pitch don't have much life. Exactly. So we batted poorly. Some of the shots that we played, that's the reason that we got out. It's not like it was the greatest. The bowlers, you know, bowl some deliveries that were unplayable. Ashwin was smart in what he was doing, but at the same time, we played some horrible shots. So the fact that we played some horrible shots, that's the reason why we got out for 150, 130. You understand? You know, we probably needed to show a little bit more patience. Don't know how you're trying to score runs and you get out caught outside at the, you know, hitting the ball, trying to clear boundary and all them sort of things there. You know. For God's sake, remove Reefer from number 3. How is it that Giswell are so young and have so many accolades going into international cricket? Why don't our region have players like this? It's simple. These guys play a lot of first-class cricket before they make the West Indies, before they make the India team. These guys are getting into India first team, scoring 10, 15 centuries, playing quality first-class cricket. We play first-class cricket. We play the West Indies Championship. They play like, what, 6, 7 games? Probably 10 the most, and that's it. And these guys, they play cricket right throughout the year. If you listen to the Giswell story, man left his home at 11, went halfway across the country based on what they are saying, camp out just to try and achieve his dream. Still didn't manage to make the team until he scored a much century. So you find that when they come into international cricket, they already have 11, 15, 20 centuries. Where West Indies is concerned, because we constantly have guys underperforming. As we have a man score 1 century or 2 centuries, they are immediately brought into the West Indies team. So it's simple. It's not rocket science. Yes, if you can dim the light. All right, yeah. Because I was wondering, the thing look a little bit. No, Wagwan. Yeah, hold on there. I don't know what's going on with it today. Because I dim it, I'm probably going to have to check it out when I'm finished. Hold on, let me see what I got. All right, I'm turn off that one day. I guess probably can see me a little better. I'm turn off that one day. Yeah. All right. West Indies gave me headache all day Wednesday when I saw them crumbling. All right, West Indies have been exposed, and if I am the opposition, I will pick 3 spinners every time I come up against West Indies. It's not like boy, if you have good pacers also, we tend to crumble against them also. In regional games, the majority of the wickets are from spinners, so our batsmen are used to spin. Can't tell me they don't know how to play spin. They don't know how to play quality spin. They don't know how to play good spinners. That's the difference. They are used to ball slow bowling and ball turning a little bit, but they are not used to quality spinners. Sports of the Bone. Arthanes is studying the game, but I think they need to choose. They need to choose to bowl first instead of batting. All right. They need to put Arthanes up the order. He most times have to bat with lower batters, and it's straining him and runs the risk of running out of partners. Yeah, the team is not good enough to have Arthanes batting at 5. How did Warrican learn to bat in one day? Warrican came out playing a T20 innings, man. Why are you mad or surprised? I doubt people are surprised, where the mad part is concerned. I guess people are just mad at the way in which we got out. Lennox's favorite players is Rifa. He said Rifa is outplaying the players in the region. Lou, what a joke. All right. My favorite player, so I'm just making up stuff. Good evening, Sports to the Bone. West Indies specialist spinners are like part-time spinners as compared to the other spinners in Test cricket. Exactly. I agree. Sports to the Bone. We need our. I think he's saying that we need young players. I don't know. Joseph hasn't been his best self in the series. Roach didn't bowl badly. The pitch was not pacer friendly. All right. I think personally they should rest Joseph. Else soon he'll be like Archer. Hopefully not. Sports of the Bone, big up. It's the time for Holder Roach must Blackwood Reefer must go. Also, if the Silver Tage Brathwaite don't get runs in the second test, must go. Also, time for a change. How much excuse will you continue with? I guess they are my favorite players, so probably I'm going to find an excuse right along. Watching the match in person, you could actually see the difference between Roach and Siraj bowling technique and speed. Yeah, I mean, Roach is totally slower than Mohamed Siraj. You understand? So Roach was trying to work with an angle and was trying to set up batsmen and trying to get them out. You understand? When he did manage to get Kohli to edge the ball, Joshua Da Silva decided it was probably not a good idea to actually catch the ball. So that was a problem. Cornwall is not fit, need to be dropped, says Wilson. Good night, Sports of the Bone. How come the India can bat on pitch and make runs and we can't? The Camp David in work, guys, poor them should stop play. All right, so it's simple. The Indian batsmen are totally better than us, and they are the Indians have better bowlers than us. Tejner and Shandopal. So this is 11. Tejner and Shandopal. Kirk McKenzie. So the captain gets dropped. Alec Arthanes, Brandon King, Joshua De Silva, Kevlin Anderson, Casey Carty, Alzari Joseph, Akeem Jordan, McKenny Clark, and Ryan John. So Sherwin is calling up basically an entire new squad for the second test. Sports in the Bone, thanks for giving us the platform to vent. Well, you don't know it go. Drop Reefer for Mackenzie and Warrican should be batting at 4 instead of Blackwood. His batting was better than most. All right, Sports and Bone, we need a spinner batting coach. How long will continue with this weakness against spin time to work? All right, so the thing is this, we have had spin batting, we have had coaches that you would expect would help us with that. But the thing is, when they are playing in regional cricket, they come up against Versamy Pramal, Rakim Karnwal, and these guys. And Versamy Pramal, Rakim Karnwal still dominate regional cricket. But when they go to the next level now, Versamy Pramal, Rakim Karnwal, they are still not half as good as the Nathan Lyon and the Ashwin and these guys that are going to come up against. So our batsmen, they are not facing high quality spinners in regional cricket. So when they get to that level, you're going to show. All right, man. So ban chase too. Soon you go here. ICC start relegating bottom team and have playoff with Ireland and Afghanistan. Cricket go in the Caribbean. I mean, if they are performing like that, then that's what the ICC will probably do what is best to try and get keep their thing. I didn't really expect us to win, but God man, these guys did not show any fight. Exactly, that's the thing, We didn't expect them to win, but at least show a little bit of fight. The game was played in India. Our batsmen are just not good. All right. I thought Laura told them he knew the key on how to play India. Went in one ear and out the next. Well, Laura telling them, let me explain something to you. Laura telling these guys how to play India don't make any difference, If the guys just cannot bat when they go out there, they can't manage the pressure. They cannot manage. I don't know how many of you guys listen to Ashwin analyzing doing a little analysis after the game, talking to Ian Bishop. Man was saying that, listen, while he was bowling, he realized a few flaws in the techniques. He spoke about, I think it was Craig Brathwaite saying that, he realized that his head was going to this direction, foot was, the man them work out, the man them out them, the man them just can't bat, man. I'm on the batsmen. They need patience and better technique. They need good batsmen. All right, 5 games in the West Indies Championship. That's joke. And I think they extended to what now? 6 because of the whole trophy thing that they come up with. Sports in the Bone. I think they need to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to win the next game. We have a man averaging 22 and 3 and is 3. This is what we have to offer. All right. I mean, most of the guys that are the highest averages in the team, Tejner and Shandopal, I think, has played 7 games, averaging 40, 45, rapidly dropping because of the double century that he scored, it was up there, it's dropping. Brathwaite averaging, 36, Holder averaging 29, I think. And the others not too good. West Indies Test and ODI team need to take a break from international cricket for 2 years. Well, I have already explained why I think that doesn't make much of a sense. We are already struggling not playing much cricket, so I don't know how playing less cricket would help. Probably we need to take a break from playing the top teams so often and play some of the other guys that are now up to our level, because it's the quote-unquote associate nations, they have improved, so they are now at our level. I think we need to be playing against them and thing. Sports in the Bone, I don't see Cornwall in the team. He is so fit. Think not fit. If the pitch was fast, we would have lost in one day. That again, Ashwin is an engineer and he certainly used his intelligence to outfox senseless, brainless, and stupid. Exactly. You know, he outsmarted us. In a bad performance side, Arthur has managed to show some of the skills of batting, fielding, and bowling. It looked positive. Hope to see more. Exactly. Hope they don't go benching him now. The way to move forward is to change the 4-day championship to 5-day and play more matches. We have been calling for that for years. We have been calling that for that for years. Don't know if it's going to happen though. Brathwaite is so clueless as a captain. West Indies need to find a real captain. We need to find somebody that can actually make the team first, and then they will probably be able to captain. Shandapal and Arthanes should be 3 and 4, 3 and 5. Even though Roach is down and Pace is still one of the only guys getting a contract for county championship in England. Yep. We need Mackenzie, King, Carty, and Anderson in the team for the next match. All right. If playing for CWI is a job, then in a workplace, if you fail continuously, don't you get fired? So why isn't CWI treating these players like employees? I guess there is nobody else that they trust, I guess. Reefer and Black would have to go. I think he said Mackenzie and Shea Hope have to come in. Okay. Sports at the bone. How much excuse people will make up for Holder? The guy is a failure with the ball and the bat. Not good either time for Holder. Roach, Reefer, Blackwood must go, says Kurt. We will have to give Arthanes the number 3 spot. He is clearly the most technically correct batsman, and I will add composed and level-headed. I have no problem with that line of argument, Kurt. I know Pramal was another option, but was Kevin Sinclair an option for this series? Kevin Sinclair, remember they left him in Zimbabwe, so I guess they probably will think for the second test match, you know. Sports at the bone, I think the bowlers will be the same for the next match. They're going to Trinidad, you know, so I doubt they're going to keep 2 spinners. Any chance Seals will be ready for the next match? We would have to listen to the update. We'd have to look out for an update. I haven't heard anything. Sports at the bone, most of these players need to be put out to the pasture to graze. And let's try the youths. Sports at the bone, the West Indies team need to change their entire approach to the game. They need to focus on building an innings, just like the Indians did. It's about staying the course and accumulating runs. But the problem, you know, is you have to be good enough to stay out there and bat. That is the thing. If you're not good enough, the bowlers are going to work you out and get you out. That is the problem. Finley says it's obvious the pitch was hard to bat on. However, the Indian players' adaptation to the pitch was superior. Their class showed being patient. It took Kohli over 40 deliveries to get his first boundary. Exactly. And it's because the guys are better than us. They, you know, in terms of staying out there, being patient, you know, showing good technique. Team for the next 1 or 2 years: Brathwaite, Shandapal, Mackenzie, Arthanes, Blackwood, Mayers, Da Silva, Sinclair, Joseph, Moti, Seals, and it's a Jordan, Holder, and Hope. All right, I hear you. Da Silva looks clueless. The Indian team studied him technique and they exploited his weakness. All they need is a good pace bowler that can stick to the plan to get him out, you know. He gets out basically the same way every time. Are we to believe that pace-friendly pitch will favor our batsmen? Personally, I don't think so. I doubt it's going to do any better. But at least our bowlers will probably stand a better chance. I guess that's what we are thinking. You know, not saying that we're going to, you know, be able to steamroll the Indians, but I guess our bowlers will stand a better chance. I guess that is the thinking. All I can say is Alec Arthanes did a good job. Shout out to him, definitely. All right. If these guys can play, tell me again why Hope and Bravo can play. I don't know. India pocketing 230 million from the ICC, England 40.2 and Australia 30.1. The new finance agreement. All right. Instead of touring America, why don't Poor and Hetmyer train to play Test cricket? So next year we have two new batsmen. I don't know. These questions I have almost every live I address these questions. That Silver average plunging like crazy. He looks different from his early years, and he captains all teams. I don't know what to say. All right, I agree. We need to fire the captain and the selectors. Shanda Paul owes us some runs. He needs to come up very soon. If Spin did not bowl with, will be a different. Not too sure if I understand what you're saying there. I can tell you something they need me for the. I can tell you something they need me for the future. I am 13 right now. Batsman, right hand, bowl fast. Well, just continue working at your trade. We will see just how good you are in the next couple of years. Playing under 15 for your country, under 19, and then we will see. What's to the bone? I think they should stop using first class as 4 days and use 5 days instead. I think so too, but they worried about money. All right. Our batting today make Courtney Walsh look like a number 3 batsman. West Indies players is performing in league cricket and not international games. All right. I like Arthanes at 4-5. At 4 or 5. Mackenzie can be number 3. Those Bajans make Sober's belly hurt. Hola is the captain. All right. Kohli batted so slow, and look how he made 76. All right. I didn't like how Alec out today. He didn't do anything wrong. He was composed and defending his wicket. The Indians were tight. He was right under the guy bat. Yeah. I think in the second innings, how did he get out? Did he go to play a defensive shot and he took a leading edge, took the outside edge, and he got out caught? I think that's how he got out. No fight at all. We know India were the better team, but my God, where is our dignity and integrity for the West Indies cricket? Yep, sports at the bone. I truly believe if we go back to the formula that we had in the 70s and to 90s, 4 quick enough bowlers and good enough spinners, spinner to do holding job, it would serve us better. The problem, I explained this before. The problem is we don't have anybody wanting to do those sort of work anymore. We don't have anybody running on the beach for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. We don't have anybody doing those things. We don't have anybody putting in the work. T20 cricket is entertaining now. It is pulling our pace bowlers towards. It is pulling our pace bowlers. That is what they want. So nobody's willing to put in the work. We can say all of these things, Other teams are doing it still. Other teams are pulling 3-4 pace bowlers because they have guys that are willing to put in the work. Most of our guys, they're not putting in those sort of work. They're playing cricket that they can bowl 4 overs and go home, go rest. Sports at the bone, if we play the same squad in the second test, we're going to be beaten badly again. It's time we get some real fast bowlers, Holder and Roach, not cutting it anymore. When people will wake up. I think people will wake up once they see the real fast bowlers that we're talking about. Can we finally get rid of Reefer? This madness has to stop. Hope and Bravo are afraid of real pace bowling. These players desperately need good bush bath. I think. I don't know if bush bath will help them, What do you think of Arthanes opening the batting and Tej drop to number 3 in the lineup? Then if Mackenzie is drafted in the team for the second game, he can bat 4 spot. No, sir. If we're going to do that, this is strip, you just bat Brathwaite and you just play Mac. If you're thinking about dropping an opener, You have to put Mackenzie to open you can, and make alternates but 3 or 4. Well, in my opinion. Sports to the bone. Time for Jair McAllister, O'Shane Thomas, Odin Smith, McKenny Clark. In test team, time for future Hola and Roach is the pass and over. All right, they're pass and over. Can Odin Smith bowl 5 overs in a test cricket, in a test match? Didn't you guys listen to the interview that I covered the other day where Odin Smith said it out of his own mouth that he is not fit enough to play test cricket right now? The problem is, we can keep calling for these guys, but are they capable of bowling 10, 15 overs? The rest of the man them bowl 4 overs in a test in T20 cricket and can hardly walk. They bowl 2, 3 overs and blowing down the entire place. They can't play test cricket, Virgin. I mean, I am not advocating to keep all of these bowlers, but I'm just saying, when we come up with suggestions, O'Shane Thomas is working on himself, to get back. Odin Smith cannot play test cricket right now. McKenny Clark, as I said, the last I heard of him is that he got drafted to play in the thing the league. McAllister, as we know, is in and around the team. I know that we want to do away with some of the players, but we have to look, man. We have to look at one and the first innings was a mess, and the support in Dominica was 100%. So much energy, vibes, and music. We deserve so much better. We look comfortable against the Pacers. That's why Rohit went for a spin in the 9th over and the 5th over. I mean, and the pitch wasn't taking the pace that much. That is why we used a lot of spinner. We had the spinners bowling a lot of overs also. It's just that our spinners weren't as good as theirs, or their batsmen were probably were better than ours. We need to stop with this mayor's thing. Anything outside of is done. Sports to the bone. I think Shanda Paul should do better in the next game. I think all the players should do better. Bad for cricket and bad for West Indies. They will lose sponsors and spectators. West Indies has no business playing India. They are not. They don't even have any sponsors right now. Pramal would help the bowling. Was this 13 for? Was this 13 for both tests? Can we pick from the 18? It was a 13-man squad name for the first game. I think they can change it up for the second game, if I'm not mistaken. Lots of these players need to lose weight too. All right. Can't blame the players. Blame the system. If you have players averaging 25 to 30, what do you expect? And that is true. Good night to you. I can't believe how West Indies doing the same thing over and over again. Hope and King should walk into the middle for the second test. We need 2 or 3 good batsmen. And right now, I would rather see young players. Blackwood Reefer must go. Something. Sports to the bone. You think MVP is feisty and out of order for not bringing back Elaine Thompson here? I wouldn't say that. You never know what happened. They said that she's ungrateful and she behaving as if they haven't done anything for her. So sometimes when a split happen, a split just happen. Someone got it in these guys' head that they must just prod and block balls. No international teams play that way. Again, it's not a limited over game. They will bowl all day for God's sake, play shots. The thing is, you have to be. The problem is survive first and then play shot. The problem is that these guys are not good enough to actually play the shots. McKenny Clark, Ryan John, Odin Smith are as fast as the 1980s bowlers. Okay. Are they as fit as those bowlers though? Odin Smith is a disgrace, 26 years old, can't even bowl 4 straight overs. The man said it himself. The man said that he guys, would you stop it? Sports to the bone is correct. Smith can't play test cricket. He is out of shape. But the man said it himself, you know. When I say it, they say that it's because he's from Jamaica and I am from Jamaica and I badmine him. The man said it on Sportsmax the other day that he's not in a place to play test cricket right now. Can you imagine an international cricketer talking at 26 saying them sort of foolishness? That's the man I'm not interested in that. Sports to the bone. Answer. I want to know if in Trinidad, West Indies will show a better fight. The pitches are flat there. I think they're probably going to produce a wicket that will be better for the spinners, for the pacers. So I'm expecting them to show a little bit more fight. Having said that, you will expect that Mohamed Siraj and these guys will be brutal against us. So I am hoping they will show more fight. I am hoping. You know, if Ashwin is not and Jadeja isn't as threatening, then you would expect these guys will last a little longer. Having said that, we have seen spinners work miracles against West Indies and batting pitches. T20 has spoiled West Indies cricket, a watered down version of cricket. We have our sponsor, Dominica. Yeah. Is it still going to be on the shirt once we're out of Dominica though? We are short of quality pace bowlers. That's why I think they should work on O'Shane Thomas. He already have the pace, just need to work on his control. And they are working on him. They are working on him. So the last live show, I think it was the last live show, I said that I was working on an interview with a pacer to get on a pacer. You understand? And I was hoping that the interview wouldn't fall through. The interview didn't fall through. I got the interview done. And I have it. I just need to edit it and put it out. It was actually O'Shane Thomas. So now that the interview is done, I can say it. I spoke to O'Shane Thomas a couple of days ago, and he's in a good place. Let us just say, just wait on the interview. Let me just say it. I didn't want to say it before because I didn't know if the interview was going to fall through. It did not fall through. He came on, and we spoke for a little time, and he's working. CW, I have him on a program and expect to see him soon. Let me just leave it at that. Expect to see him soon. My 11, Mackenzie, King, Arthanes, Anderson, Carty, Hope, Imlach, Jordan, Seals, Clark, Jordan, Seals or Clark, Gabriel, and McAllister, Rest. Oh, Gabriel and McAllister. Rest Da Silva, Joseph, Shandapa, Roach. Drop the other 6. Elaine Thompson is an ungrateful clown. Saw it coming from a couple months. You see, the thing is, I don't know what went down. So I don't know what went down in the camp. So I won't go as far as to say that. What I will say is, with my limited knowledge of coaching track and field, you cannot switch from a professional elite coach as an Olympic athlete and think that the training is going to be the same when you move to a rookie coach. That's all I will say on the topic. West Indies batsmen don't have any pride. They don't feel shame how they lose in these matches. I don't know, Sheldon. I don't know if they don't have any pride. I think they're just not. I think they're just not good enough. Sports to the bone. You think Elaine Thompson here her career is over? I wouldn't say that. I mean, she is not young. It's going to be difficult if she continues on this path. You understand? But I wouldn't say it's over. As I said, coaching, let me just say this and I will leave it. Coaching an Olympic athlete is different from coaching an athlete that is in high school or just leaving high school. Let me just give you, there's something called I don't remember the name of the plan, but like a quadruple plan or something like that, where you have to, these athletes to coach them to peak 2 to 4 years. You coach the athletes to peak for World Championship and you coach the athletes to peak for Olympic, which is every 4 years. If you slightly miss that as a coach, you're not good. Let's just put it that way. Why you think it's a case where Bolt and them guys sometimes they're not running fast times throughout circuits, but as soon as it is World Championship and Olympics, Shelley and all of them people come up. It's because coaching them to get them to peak. You think it's not every coach can do that, I personally can't do that, but I know the theory behind it. You understand? And I know that you can't move from an elite coach and go to a next coach and expect the. You see them, something wrong with them brain, man. The problem with only playing 2 test matches, we don't have enough matches to come back and win the series. Or we don't have enough matches to get whitewash or Blackwash 5-0 probably. All right, I agree with you, Sheldon Dre. These guys have no pride or fight. As I said, they probably have the fight. They just, the man, them just not good enough, star. I remember Odin Smith bowling 4 middle overs um, for 55 runs in a T20. His bowling will make test match look like T10 league. I could think of one bowler that can probably replace Holder in the future, Jeremiah Louis. What do you think? I mean, Louis is definitely coming through. You know, he just need to keep his thing going, and things will work out. You know, we see, man. You know, we see. You know, we see. This is transitioning the legacy. Oh, tarnishing. Sorry, can't read it now. This is tarnishing the legacy of West Indies cricket. Instead of being remembered for their dominance in the 80s, West Indies will be remembered for their failure presently. Sports in the Bone, do you agree with Fazir Mohammed and Sportsmax, who said groundsmen in the West Indies deliberately prepared dead pitches as they are scared West Indies cannot deal with opposition and fast bouncy pitches? Funny enough, I was going to talk about this morning, but I didn't. I just left it. Let me just fix up this. He did not say that the groundsman deliberately do it. He said that he thinks it is being deliberately done. The groundsman wouldn't have the power to do that. He would be referring to the guys that are in charge of CWI. People that would want to see the cricket go for 5 days. People that would want to make sure that the guys can actually stay out there and play for 5 days. So I don't think he's talking about the groundsmen. The groundsmen have to prepare the pitch that they are told to prepare. The problem with West Indies Pacers is that they are not able to swing the ball. And that is another problem. Batsmen are not afraid of pace too much these days. They have bowling machine bowling to them at 150, 155. You know, pace with as you are saying, swing and thing like that is what trouble batsmen, you know. I got some inside information from the West Indies camp. I was told that some players were making fun of Sinclair for training too hard. Because them are idiot. If anything goes to them not have any sense. Because they are probably, I don't know if anything goes to, but if anything goes to, it just goes to show the level where they are at. Probably the guy is trying to train 2 or 3 times more than them because he's trying to secure a spot. Some people know that, listen, even if I'm training equally as hard as some other man, I am not going to be selected, so I need to train 2 or 3 times harder. Maybe that's why he's doing that. Sports in the Bone, which athlete should be the next Usain Bolt? Should be the next Usain? I don't know. Every athlete should be the next Usain Bolt, but who can be the next Usain Bolt? I don't know. Hopefully it's going to be my little son that I have here, you know. Hopefully. I don't think it's T20 that spoiled West Indies cricket. It is the players' attitude towards the long format of the game. All top teams have more players playing in T20 franchise around the world. I mean, we don't produce a lot of cricketers, and the ones that we produce because we can't pay them enough. You understand? So they're going gravitate towards that. So you find that they are not willing to put in the work to play Test cricket. Mackenzie King, Arthur Anderson, Carty, Hope, Imlach, Jordan, Clark, Gabriel McAllister, Rest Da Silva, Joseph Shandapal, Roach, Drop Brathwaite, Reefa Black. I think I read this comment already, man. The standard of regional is extremely poor and needs to improve. The 4-day competition should be no less than 15 matches per season, and 50 and the 50 over season should be at least 10 games per season. Why? It's easy to say, no, Jamaican. It's easy to say. The problem is they are not getting any sponsors. They are not getting any money. So that is why they can't extend it. But I agree, though, you know, they need to be playing more cricket. The ODI, the T20, and the Test, what can't we do? These guys are terrible. Should we start playing with the cricket balls that England uses? Which cricket ball is that? Because we play with Kookaburra and thing, you know. And I would play with Duke's ball also. But interestingly, they prepared a faster pitch with movement in Grenada, and they beat England. What's the explanation for that one? As I said, probably it's a case where because it was raining, they thought that they wouldn't get enough bounce out of it. We talk about having moisture and things like that for pace bowler, but probably they were thinking they wouldn't have gotten enough bounce, so they just say, "Listen, let's just try if we can just let it stay like this and work with the two spinners." You understand? I don't know. Maybe that is the case. This, believe it or not, was a good loss as it did not create any false dawns. I hear you. They can't play enough argument is dead, only the big three. They can't play enough argument is dead, only the big three play. Listen, Bobby. I don't know how many times I can explain this. They produce way more cricketers than us. It is as simple as this. So the ones that we produce that are actually good enough. We produce Hetmeyer, we produce Puran, we produce people like Narayan, we produce all of these guys. These guys, some of them, they are good enough where technique is concerned to bat. They are good enough to bowl. When we lose these guys, we have to continue looking to produce people. We don't produce enough cricketers to be losing half of them to T20 cricket. When the other teams, even if the other teams don't pay a lot, when they lose certain players to T20 cricket, they have people that are dying to play. And the guys that they lose to T20 cricket, they are still willing to play for us. They are still willing to play for their team. Boy, probably I am misunderstanding it. So let me just agree with you. West Indies cricket is dead. The name West Indies cricket will no longer be in the future. Why is it that whenever we lose, the coach is never around for a press conference? At least Simmons used to give the press conference after all the matches. Dominica need more players on West Indies team. They are hungry. Well, hopefully they can produce more players like the Alec Arthanes and these guys, What Reefa doing batting at number 3? I don't know. The explanation that I gave why he's batting there or why he got the opportunity to bat there is probably don't make any sense. So I will just leave it. I don't know. We will do better in Trinidad. Carty, Mackenzie, and Sinclair in, and we may be good. Boy, hopefully. Anyone who thinks T20 destroyed West Indies cricket probably too young to remember West Indies were already in decline when Lara was captain before T20s. I mean, people are not saying T20 is the sole reason. People are not saying T20 is the sole reason why the cricket is being deteriorating. We're just saying that the guys that we are producing, that we would hope would go on to play test cricket, they are not playing test cricket because there's an option. There's option. O'Shane Thomas coming through, you would expect a man coming through bowling high 140s to stay in regional cricket and groom up to play test cricket. Same thing with Odin Smith. Same thing with Hetmeyer. So people are not saying that T20 cricket is the only reason. I can't understand how we love the cricket and we understand the cricket and simple things like this. If someone bat left-handed and bowls right-handed, pace, is that a special talent? I would necessarily say special talent. People just develop different, but usually they are rare. It's rare to find them, but I see it all the time. Being a PE man and being around kids, I see it all the time. I see kids, even in baseball, I see kids batting, swinging the bat with left hand and throwing the ball with right hand. So I see them sort of things all the time, and I doubt all of them are actually special, But when you find some of them at the top level, they are usually pretty good. It is full time. The selectors look past Blackwood and Reefa. Sports to the bone. I know you always don't like my comment, but I think the opening position need a man like John Campbell who can go at the bowling. The Indian bowling was good, not special. Why, Albert? I have nothing against. I don't. To be honest, in all honesty, the amount of comments that I read, I don't even. I am hardly even able to attach names to comments. I don't remember who comments certain things sometimes. So I don't see why I wouldn't like your comment. You saying that you need someone like John Campbell, I can see why I wouldn't like a comment like this though. But I get what you're saying though. You need somebody that is good enough that can attack somebody that is aggressive to attack the bowling. But the problem is with the aggression, you need somebody that is actually good enough that can curtail the aggression when balls are there to outside the half stump that you know you know when to leave them. Let's put it that way. Do you think they should try to expand the regional and then try to contract domestic red ball players for another from other countries and add academy team players? That is a good suggestion, but the problem is the money. The problem is the money to keep it going. The problem is the money to keep it going. Ash, it would be nice. I think most people would be in agreement that it would be nice to keep it going longer. We probably wouldn't be able to attract a lot of talented cricketers from overseas to come and play. Maybe some of the developing guys from the Netherlands and the Scotland that is out bowling and out batting us could come and play some red ball cricket here for us. But I don't know. And, obviously academic players could play also. Ashwin is not big bowler or batsmen are just not good. Cricket is dying game in the region. Cricket is a dying game in the region, but how can you with such a weak batting, the West Indies go play 6 batsmen, 4 bowlers, and the wicket keeper. Papa Haynes in a dilemma. He may have to drop a Bajan in the next test. Ashwin is the 9th highest wicket taker of all time. I don't know. I can't understand how people reason like this. And I mean, it's not a disrespect, but how can I look at a man that have 30 and 5 wicket hauls, have 700 and test wicket and say the man is not good? And then they expect me to read those comments and next test, Brathwaite, Tajanarayan, Bravo, Hope, Mayers, Da Silva, Odin, Carnwall, Seals, Joseph, Gabriel. Agree or disagree? Sports to the bone. Yeah, man, I agree. Why the coach don't sit down, talk to Hetmaya Puran to play more for the region? I don't know. O'Shane Thomas was bowling middle 150s. All right. Sports to the bone, test team and ODIT needs a lot of changes. Also, why is people not calling for the senior players to be dropped? The only right now is Alec deserve to play in the test team. All right. He was bowling mid 150s. And I thought it was like 149, 148, 149. He was hitting 150s. I mean, the talk with him the other day was refreshing. As I said, if you're just coming on, I have the interview to drop with O'Shane Thomas pretty soon. Go and drop it. Like how this test match finished soon, I'll probably drop it in a couple of days' time. Just got to work on it. But I have that interview with O'Shane Thomas. Hopefully, the quality, the video quality is good. But I had a good chat with him. It was refreshing. You understand? You can hear that the passion is still there. Man said that he still wants to play test cricket and all of them things there. So you can look out for that interview. Just a couple of more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna have to run out of here. Even if we play 10 batsmen, 10 batsmen and 10 bowlers, we will still lose. We got such a beat down by these Indians. I agree with you, Sports to the Bone. Our guys and product is just not good enough. And as I said, it's a reason where we are at there. Sports to the Bone, do you think Shea Hope can bat at 5? Yeah, probably can bat at 5. Cricket is not dying, just our players not patient enough. The problem is, the players are not patient, and when they are trying to exercise patience, it is not active patience, if that makes any sense. When I say active patience, you are showing patience, but you are still looking to score. And when you're not looking to score, if the bowlers are good enough, they are going to figure you out and get you out. And that is what usually happens. Franchise across the world will soon stop looking in the West Indies players' direction. We need sensible aggression who can take pressure off us and not just block till you get out. That is true enough, Bobby, but they have to actually be able to bat. Sports Ball, my playing 11 for the second test match is the entire academy team. Which other test opener would take 30 balls to get off the mark? Brathwaite needs to be more positive. All right, Thomas bowls fast, but he can't hold his pace for 6 overs, says Wilson. And if you listen to Michael Holding and them guys, they will tell you that you will have people that can bowl fast, but it's sustained fast bowling that actually makes sense. You understand? If you're bowling 150 still, if for the rest of the day, if you give me 4 overs in a 150, for the rest of the day, I will take high 140s, no problem. You see it with Markwood. Markwood would give you over 150, and then, you can mix it up with 150 and 140s, but you can't drop to 130 and 120. Just found your channel, love it. Back to West Indies cricket for Alec. Please do more videos on your general views on the state of West Indies cricket for these of us coming back, the different aspects. Thank you for coming on, Baran. We do a lot of videos, we have over 2,000 videos on YouTube, and it's mostly cricket. So once the news is there, the good thing is you are new to the channel, so you can browse through. There are over 2,000 videos up. One thing is that let me allow you to listen and then decide for yourself. Sports in the Bone, I think, should say thanks to Roach, you have done and bring Thomas Mackay and Odin. Okay. I hope O'Shane Thomas has learned from his mistakes and is willing to put in the hard yards. All right. I don't understand why anyone is saying shocked. West Indies has been bad for years now. Since the 2000s. India is better than us. Matter what we do, we just need to play smaller teams. All right. We are going to be calling it for today, guys. We're going to be calling it for today. Gonna rest up myself now, and attend to some other business. I pray to God Gabriel does not play next game. Him and Joseph in one team too expensive. But Gabriel have a tendency of taking early wickets though. Sports in the Bone, do you think Shea Hope can bat at 5 and play a Travis Head role? He can play his natural game and rotate the strike like Hope plays in yeah, maybe yes. Folks, I don't want to drop the captain. All right, cricket in the West Indies is dying, if not already dead. I watch club cricket and community cricket in Jamaica, and it's the worst ever seen. No talent when compared to the 90s. And you are correct. There's not a lot of good cricket being played there. Not a lot of good cricket being played there at all. But we're going to leave it right there for now. Great show, Sports to the Bone. Have good night, everyone. Blessings. Thank you all for tuning in. I mean, it's short, but when I'm going live this often, I can't do it like 3 hours, 4 hours. There are other things that I have to make sure that I get done. Remember, I am just a little, I am not actually a YouTuber, and I am just somebody that watch cricket and upload videos. So there are other aspects, there are other work things that I need to get done. But, it was definitely a pleasure having you guys on. And we're going to have to leave it right here for now. Tomorrow morning, you can watch out for a video. For all the new people, tomorrow morning, there will be a video most definitely. We're going to leave it right here for now. Thank you all for the support. Just continue to stay tuned and stay safe, everybody. Blessings in.